What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror film film review. Today we're going to talk about Get Out. A lot of people told me to check this out, and I finally got around to watching it. So yeah, let's talk about it. Produced by Universal, February 24th, 2017. Produced by Shane McKendrick, Jason Blum, and Edward H. Heyman Jr. And produced, written, and directed by Jordan Peele, the actor. He also would go on to do Us and Nope so far. In his film career, directing wise, he stars in a lot of comedies and stuff. It's had a budget of $4.5 million and made over $255.4 million. A big smash hit. A lot of people were talking about it when it came out and how different it is and stuff like that. So I finally got around to sitting around and watching it. So Get Out is a story of a mixed race couple. So like a white girl dating a black guy, and she goes and takes him to meet her family, who are a little odd about it, and they have like black people in the community around them, but they're all acting strange and stuff. So he's trying to figure out what's going on and what this odd sort of thing is happening in this town. And you slowly learn that they basically mind control them with like witchcraft and stuff like that. And yeah, and they have really strong old school narrative to the way they live in this community. And yeah, it was okay film wise. I didn't think it definitely wasn't like as groundbreaking, I think, as everyone was trying to make it out to be. I think a lot of people, you don't see movies like this that much anymore. But with me, I've been watching like films from the 70s and 60s, which is prime what this stuff is. And this film was talking about. It just brought it to the more general audience, I think. And a lot of people watching movies nowadays, I know quite a few people don't really look back on these type of films anymore. So, yeah, so I definitely thought it was decent enough film for a directorial debut. The characters were pretty engaging for the most part. There's likable ones. You could tell you could basically, it could also be because I heard pretty much the whole story before I even watched this, but man, you can 100% tell who is where it was leading, what it was going to happen, and it was just so blatantly obvious. It is. Mind you, I've watched a lot of films that have like mixed race problems and stuff like that. I try to talk about it, like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner from the 60s and stuff like that. And those dramatic films. This is done more in like a thriller horror sense where they try to kill them off occasionally and weird things happen to them. And but from what I've heard from like my friends that are black and stuff like that, it does talk a lot about like what the modern fear of the black person and stuff like that, walking through a white community at night and stuff. Sort of flips what white people think of black people, kind of puts it in that perspective too, which was interesting. But overall, I thought it was just a run of the mill film. Like, it wasn't groundbreaking or super fantastic or anything. I did not love it. I hate to say it. I'm one of those ones that were just like, it was watchable. Yeah. Get Out was it's okay. Let's just say that. Because, yeah, I've seen stuff like this before all the time. It's just done with like a mixed couple and stuff. Now, the visually is really well shot. Acted wise is pretty well done. The screenwriting and things like that, there's some things that I would have changed and stuff, but for the most part it was passable. And yeah, but some of the elements that happen into it was interesting. So like the visuals, like when he gets hypnotized and he like goes in the black and you see her like fade away in a box, that was interesting. But mind you, a lot of the really good stuff was shown in the trailers. So this is one of those films where it pretty much ruins it. The trailer ruins it, in my opinion, anyways. All the really good stuff, some of the creepy stuff, like the build up to the scares, were enhanced a bit, but The scare itself is shown in the trailer, so it's kind of like a dumb, dull point once it actually happens. But yeah, but overall, I think just like some of the editing wasn't the greatest choices, and yeah, and it is a slow burn type of film, but and it does have some creepy factors. I wouldn't consider this a horror film though. To me, this is a psychological thriller more than a horror film, and that seems to be the main focus on the horror genre these days. Is majority of them are psychological stuff, but yeah, it is what it is though. I thought Get Out was okay, nothing spectacular or anything. It's watchable. It was amusing. It's a good first time directorial debut for Jordan Peele though, and yeah, I know his other two films are a little more out there, so they might be a little more up my alley because I was like the weird and obscure stuff more. So, but this one was an interesting introduction. So I'm gonna give Get Out a 2.5 out of 5. Middle of the road for me. Didn't hate it. Didn't really like it. Just thought it was okay. So, but if it sounds like something you're interested in, you haven't seen it yet, there's a trailer link down below. Only watch like half of it and then watch the movie. But yeah, so you can check it out and see what I'm talking about. Also, link down below is my Instagram. That's where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my stories. I have the film title hashtag and subgenre film and the hashtag so you're aware of it. So, and also my Letterbox is down below. Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. So follow me on one of those two platforms. Stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. Do you think I'm totally wrong? Let me know down below. And if you have any films or film franchises in any genre that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can and if I can find them. And yeah, also if you want me to review Us and Nope, Jordan Peele's other two movies, sooner rather than later, comment those down below too, and I'll try my best to get to those. But yeah, make sure you subscribe because hopefully we'll find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also so you hear my opinions on popular films that have come out, like this one, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, I know it's been a little sporadic with me right now, but this month I'm focusing all on horror, thriller, maybe a little sci-fi and Halloween favorite type movies for all of October. So we're going to continue on with that. So the next film review I think I might check out is another M. Night Shyamalan movie called Split, which I heard is interesting. So I might do that for the next film review, but I do have one or two show reviews coming up first. So those ones will be sprinkled in there too. And also the Aftershock reviews are eventually going to be coming. I'm still working on those. So stay tuned for all that. Ring the bell. Watch out for all those crazy white people and black people thinking that white people are taking advantage of them. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.